just coming from a nap, so hopefully he's not too sleepy. We had a little bit of a setback this week. I don't know if he just was tired or what, but he started to kind of really decline with his food drive, and he wasn't interested in anything that I have to offer. Tried a couple different things. The one thing that I did successfully get him to show interest in was these little raw patties. They're the Primal Instinct raw patties. He really likes those. I already used those this morning, so hopefully he will take some hot dogs. I'm making the video in the training room, but we really haven't been doing too much in here. We've been more so focusing on exposing him to different environments, and we'll come back in here periodically to fine tune things, just because sometimes he gets a little bit overwhelmed because he's not the most confident guy. This week's focus has been kind of helping him understand leash pressure. So I like to introduce leash pressure in the learning phase, so that way it's not something that's stressful later on, where I don't want it to just be like a punishment type thing. So what I do is I use a little bit of leash pressure to kind of guide him into different behaviors while I'm still learning. And then the pressure comes off when he's showing the behavior that I like. So for instance, if I want him to sit, I'm going to hand, I'll apply a little bit of leash pressure, sit, good, and then disengage that pressure when, oh, good boy, when he goes into behavior. So I want the release of pressure to be a reinforcing thing. It's going to reinforce the behavior that I want. I'm blind, so I can't really see my phone very well, but I don't know if he's really even in the shot. Let's adjust it. Okay, we'll adjust it a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't fall. Okay, come on. You're so smooth. So the reason that I really want him to understand leash pressure, because of his lack of confidence, I do want to utilize pressure to help him get through situations where he's so worked up that he's not motivated by things that I have to offer. So like when we go on field trips, if he's really fixated on his environment happening around him, he doesn't want food, which is totally normal for dogs that aren't really, really confident. Most dogs are going to choose paying more attention to their environmentals than taking food. I know that when I'm really nervous, I don't want to eat either. So why are you behind me? So I don't want to flood him ever. I don't want to like force him into situations, but I do want to gently coax him and take him gradually out of his comfort zone so that he can see that it's not really that big of a deal. So if I just let him win every time he puts the brakes on and says he doesn't want to do that, then we're never going to get past those things. So for instance, the walk over from the main building over to the training building, there's always a guy doing detail stuff, and he has like a big machine that sucks the water out of the car seats and blah, blah, blah. So that's really something that he doesn't like, and he's not there every day, but he knows that that's a thing. So when we round the corner, he immediately says, I don't want to do that. So I'm not going to pick him up and carry him. I'm not going to coddle him for that. Not because I just think that he needs to learn that, hey, I got your back, I'm not going to let anything bad happen to you. So I have to actually show him that and prove that to him. So if we're walking and he's like, I'm going to go that way, I'm not going to drag him, but I am going to use leash pressure to counter that pressure, not let him run backwards. So I want him to understand, yes, we can pair it with the markers. Yeah. That when he moves into that pressure, it's not going to go away until he moves forward back with me. So there will be a good sensation when he does the thing that I want. So I'm just gonna kind of breeze through the leash pressure stuff. When we get together over training, there will be like a packet that has the stuff listed in writing as well. But generally, at least with the leash, the pressure is going to be the tension, and the leash is going to be applied in a direction that helps manipulate him into the whatever position that we want him to be in. So for the sit, it would be pressure sit, pressure upwards, good, just to kind of help guide his head upwards. When I want him to go into a down, I say down, and I gently just I kind of do down and back a little bit. If I do forward or towards me, he usually gets up and moves towards me. So, okay. It is important that at this stage that we are, as long as it's within fairness and he's not shut down from his environment, that we do follow through with the things that we want him to do. He knows what the commands mean now mostly. very contextual. Again, if there's a lot of stuff going on, one command can mean something in one situation and doesn't necessarily translate to all situations. So it's totally fine if we go into a new thing and he doesn't know how to do it. We can take a couple steps backward. Training does not have to be linear. We can go back to learning and helping him out and things like that. So, hand, what are you doing? So we have sit. If he doesn't, nope. A little bit of pressure, good. And then down. If he doesn't want to, nope. A little bit of good. Just the slight, I know you can't really tell how much pressure I'm applying, but it's really just a very, very light pressure on the leash. So if you could do it with just 2 fingers, that's about all you need. Good boy. Good means I want him to remain in behavior. So you're not even shotting him. If he gets up out of his down, I'm gonna tell him, nope, gentle pressure back into that down. So again, I want him to understand what pressure means so it's not a stressful situation for him. Good. And we're at a stage now where I'm starting to help him understand that me moving is a neutral thing. Good. I don't want him to follow me out of behavior when I get up. Nope. If he does, I'll just put him back into behavior. Good. Very good. Oh my gosh, what was that? Good down. So if I move, nope. A little bit of pressure, I'm just gonna use my foot. Down. Good. So my feet moving are a stem for him, or a trigger, if you will, that he's used to me moving, that he follows me. So I want him to understand that that's not what that means. So reward him, good, for remaining in behavior. Good. And the thing that's allowing him to come out of behavior is, okay, yeah, this is a good man. We're still, which is where the setback is happening, with healing. That's still his weak point right now, which is fine, it's only the second week. We'll get there, but again, he likes to put on the brakes or just kind of check out when he's motivated elsewhere. So we'll get there, it's not a big deal. He's a little, worst case scenario, if he is not going where he needs to go, we can just skip his little tuck and stop, right buddy? Here, place. Come on. Good, place. Good, all the way buddy, place. Good. He's so cute. I'm sure that you get, nope, I'm sure that you get away with a lot because you're so cute. Place. Good. So just that pressure. Generally when we're applying pressure, the pressure is on until we have the desired behavior. So wherever you discontinue pressure, that's going to be the reinforced behavior. So if he's trying to move off of his place, good, then I would say, nope, pressure back on until he's all the way on. Good. So I guess I should mention also that, right, for me now, that I've already done the teaching him what pressure means, so now it's secondary. So now I'm giving him commands, and when he doesn't listen, then I'll say no and pressure. So we're not doing pressure initially. Good. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, it's Friday. My brain dies on Friday. I don't know why I make these videos on Friday.